And can you tell me, I guess, where you came here from and how long you've been in the Austin area?
I came from Afghanistan during this evacuation process, and it's been a year and 2 days in the United States in Austin, Texas.
I was gonna say it is kind of crazy that it's a year ago now. I mean, what has your experience been over the last year? You've been through a lot.
Yeah, we've been through a lot, and it's really hard for the people who immigrate for their country to a new country, and such a moderate country like United States. It's really hard and tough for those people who are not even uh, good with the language or not good with the culture with these things. It's really hard for those people. But anyway, I was better among those because I knew some. I've been in the middle of between Americans and Afghanistan, so I knew something that helped me here in the United States to go through. But the people who never been in such kind of conditions, it's really hard for them.
I was gonna say, do you feel like language is one of the biggest challenges for people that come here?
Exactly. One of the biggest challenges right now for all the Afghan immigrants is the language. If you don't have a language, you don't have anything.
Which is hard because a lot of people, from what I've been told, they were like engineers and all these things over in Afghanistan, but it's hard to get those jobs here.
No,
With the
it
language
is hard
barrier.
because I'm a civil engineer. I have a civil engineering degree, and I'm not. My degree is not going to be accepted here in the United States. It's an Afghanistan degree, so it helps over there, not here. But it might give me some credit, something, but it's not going to help me the way I need it. Language is the first barrier for everybody. If they have it, so they can go through most of the problems.
That makes sense. And what have you been doing here for work?
First, when I came, we were waiting. We were getting through a lot of the vaccine shots for all the families, the doctor appointments for all my children in my family, everybody, and also I was helping some other people who don't have a language skills. As a voluntarily, I was helping everybody to help them in transportations and getting them doctor appointments and taking their families to the doctors. But meanwhile, after a couple months, I got a job in one of the hotel in downtown. A supervising job was at Omni downtown. So I've been there for 2 months. Then they didn't need me. Then I quit the job, and then I moved forward. I found another job. So right now I'm doing a job with the Catholic charity in San Antonio, Texas.
Awesome. And then how's it been for your kids coming here this past year?
My kids, they're still telling me that, hey, Dad, when we're going back home. When we're going back home, they haven't been realized that this is our future home. We will stay here for the rest of our life because it's going to be really hard to go back to Afghanistan for us, especially for me and for the people who, such kind of like me, who work for United States Special Forces or United States Army. It's really hard for them to go back to Afghanistan.
Did you come through the SIV program or?
I had my SIU process, but that was something like we can trust on SIVs because it was getting longer and longer. And at the end of almost at the end of the collapse of the government, the SIV process was taking like 4, 5, 8, 10 years. The whole process period of the time was 10 years, all the way up to 10 years. But this process was made only for 7 months to 1 year to complete the whole process. But due to the getting a lot of the applicants for the SIV process and the lack of the employees in the embassy over there in Kabul, Afghanistan, so they couldn't able to reach out to everybody. So that's why they couldn't make it.
So you were working with the U.S. when you were in Afghanistan?
Yes, I worked for the U.S. Special Forces for 10 years in Afghanistan. So I began in 2011 and ended up all the way at the end of the Afghan government in Afghanistan.
I was gonna say, had you ever been here before?
No, it was first time.
That's probably pretty shocking, right?
It is. It is shocking leaving your country in such kind of condition, and the people, even you couldn't able to see your family by the time you're leaving the country. You couldn't even meet your best friends, your siblings, your mother. Yeah, it is. It is really tough to leave the country in that condition and go all the way to United States, like 24-hour trip from there in a flight.
I know it all happened really fast too.
It happened really fast. we were not expecting something like this because we had the whole army in Afghanistan. We have the special forces. We have commandos. We have ABP, like Afghan Border Police Protections. We have ALPs. We have ANAs. We have a lot of forces over there. We have U.S. special forces with us. They were supporting us in financially and also tactically. But we don't know what happened, why it happened, how this what happened. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be like this, but we don't know why it happened.
Yeah. And over the past year, obviously, there's a lot of, I guess not a lot, but other Afghan refugees who also came to Austin and are here. How helpful is it, even just little things like today, like getting a laptop? Is that helpful for a lot of people?
Yeah, it is helpful. Getting a laptop, getting computers, getting the school stationaries and all these things, it's really important for the children especially. But they can send the children to the school, and we're telling the people, the immigrants who came to Austin, Texas, that this is the time for you guys. The first 6 or 8 months, the refugee centers, resettlement agencies supporting you guys for the first 6 or 8 months. You guys should learn English first. If you couldn't learn English, then work for the first 6 months. Do something at least. Just learn the basics. But those 6 months, for majority of people, they ended up with nothing. They didn't even learn English. They didn't even learn work properly, and they didn't get a job because they didn't have the language. If you don't have a job, if you don't have a language, then how could people are gonna give you the jobs? So that was a big problem with a lot of the people. They're not getting the jobs because of their language. And if they're getting it, they're getting paid like $12, $13, or $14 an hour, which for a family of 8, 10, and 11, it's nothing. You're not even going to be qualified for renting a house. That's just normally a procedure. When you're renting a house, you have to make 3 times rent. So basically, if you're paying like $1,200 or $1,500 for a month, you have to make $4,500 monthly. And these people, they're making like $2,500, $2,200, $2,800. They're not qualifying for any building, any apartment. Who nowadays I've been seeing it's a major issue for the Afghans. So these contracts are finished. They're moving from one place to another. So they're not qualifying for the different apartments. First time the refugees they get them apartment, but now they cannot do it by themselves. That's a big issue nowadays they're facing with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just being able to afford in
Yeah,
Austin too is hard.
It is. Some people I saw some of the people, my friends, they moved from Austin to Kansas and some other states and some other places, the cheapest places.
Yeah, that makes sense. What else do you want people to know, I guess, about what's happening today, or just how this process has been for you in general?
So I'm here because Madam Anjum, who is here, director for the GIA Hoft Institute, and he's a really wonderful girl. He's a wonderful woman, and he really helps people, especially the immigrants in Austin, Texas. And she's been helping with everything, with most of the things. I mean, she helped with people who needs to get the CDL license. She helped them. She's getting the courses for the CDL license for the immigrants. She's been distributing the laptop computers and the other groceries and things to the immigrants. She's been helping with the English classes to the Afghan immigrants. She's wonderful. I mean, she's doing great. She's really helpful for everybody.
I was gonna say, and I feel like you said coming here, it's so nice to have people and organizations that help you like that.
That helps us a lot, in such kind of people that are running such kind of organization and helping the Afghan refugees in Austin.